Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. This guy just happens to be a circle. Today, we're drawing BB-8 from Star Wars. So, as always, you're going to need a pencil, paper, and your black line marker. To color, you're going to be using your gray from your pencil, orange, and in order to create your background today, any colors you want, because this is going to be an out-of-this-world Star Wars adventure. Alright guys, go ahead and fasten up. We're taking off. Alright guys, here we go. We're going to be putting BB-8 right into the middle of the action. So, what I want you guys to do is think about our horizon line going across. Now, if that usually put really close to the top, we're going to put it a little bit closer to the middle today. Okay. We're making a line straight across our paper. And then BB-8 is a circular Omnitech-droid. So we're going to make a circle to create his body. Now, because we're making such a big circle and it's such a defined circle for a character, you can freehand it, or if you want, you can find a circle helper. So if you know that circle I draw is going to be about this big, you can look around your house to find a circle helper. Some great circle helpers are cups, like this cool Star Wars cup here. You can put that down there, and I can draw around it in order to create a circle. Sometimes we call things like this stencils. And you can buy special stencils that make all types of special shapes. But if you just need a circle helper, we can look all around us to find nice circle helpers. So once you have a nice size circle, that's going to be BB-8 body. And after that, we're going to have to make his head. Now, like I said, he's going to be right in the middle of the action, and he's going to be coming towards us. Alright, the danger's going to be behind him. So he's going to be looking straight forward at us. We're going to make a line that's going to go, it's going to touch the very top of our circle. It's going to go across. This will be the bottom of his head. Now we're going to make an arch shape that will create his head going from one side to another. And I can keep pulling up to where I meet somewhere in the middle, and I like it. We talk about doing light, sketchy lines first to make sure that if you need to erase, you can. You don't have to press down really hard. Just light, sketchy lines till you build up the shapes that you like. Okay? And like I said, you can erase too, so I can erase that itty bitty little bit. I it covered, so I have kind of a clean space. So now that I do that, I am going to take a line from one side of his head to the other, and another line, kind of same spot, from one side to the other. Okay? We're now going to draw one of his eyes. It's going to be in the middle of his head. And we're going to make sure there's some room at the top and some room under it. I'm going to put it really close to right to the middle of his head. He's going to have another smaller eye sensor. And it's going to be down to the side a little bit. We're going to make a shape, a line shape, that will go up around these lines and come back down to this line we created across, this ribbon we created across. So we're going to go up and around that eye shape, and we're going to also loop around our other eye shape and come down. A kind of little mitten kind of shape around it. This is kind of a area where there might be spots for maintenance and panels. Because we're creating something that's technical, but we'll find there's going to be a lot of little gadgets and panels and spots that will have rivets or places for screws. We don't have to make them perfectly like how the character looks. We can kind of come up with an interpretation, or we can add our own things as well. Next, we're going to make a band around the top of the eye area, and it's going to go through that shape we just made from side to side, and then a very thin last band above that. Whoa, got some details in here, don't we, guys? Now for the body, I'm not going to make a actual full circle. It's going to feel kind of like a tilted oval, and I'm going to use the curve that my circle gives me for one side of it, and then I'm just going to kind of round for the other part. And it doesn't have to look just like a circle. If you guys know, it looks like almost like a weird oval eggy shape. That's absolutely perfect. We don't want a real circle. We just want something that's round. We're going to have something kind of similar, but we're going to go the other way here. And we're going to connect. So we're just going to make a kind of a curve. And then we'll make another oval shape towards the bottom. And it's kind of a curve connecting from one side to another. Now these shapes that we created, we're going to use a line, we're going to trace the inside of that shape to make it a little bit thicker. So we'll trace the inside of those shapes, make them a little bit thicker. Same thing on this bottom one. Then I'm going to take some squares and put them in each corner. This one I'm only going to see one. Maybe I'd see a little bit of that top one, but not really. This one I'll see 1, 2, a little bit of 3. It's a little farther away. Pretty cool, right, guys? Okay. Last but not least, we're going to make some more detailed panels. We're going to make one across here, one across here, and one across here. You can actually make a little one right here, too. After we have some panels on, I'm going to put a few little small circles. These are going to represent rivets or screws. Give him that robot look. I'll even make one on his head. You on this side too. Now, like I said, he's going to be in the action. So, BB-8 is going to be being chased by some TIE fighters. So, in the background, first I want to make some canyons. I'm going to start on my horizon line, and I'm going to work up some really fun wavy shapes to make a really cool space mountain canyon area. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. That's really fun wavy shapes. Now this could be any planet that our mind can come up with, alright? We get to make a planet, so these wavy shapes could be made out of anything. They could be big crystals, it could be parts in the desert, it could be ice, it could be lava that's been frozen in place, whatever. And whatever you create, also make some cool colors. Now, back here from those cannons, there's going to be a path. BB-8 is following to get closer to us. And behind them, there's going to be some TIE fighters in the air. We're going to make, let's say, I don't know, let's make 10 TIE fighters. 10? Oh no, that's a big number. Is it? This is how we're going to make our TIE fighters. Our first 3, I want you to make 1, go down like this. And you're going to make 3 of those and spread them out. Kind of like together though, so that they're flying together. Each one of these TIE fighters is going to have a line through it. And that's where its side panels are going to stick on. It'll look like you're making a letter H. Well, a second ago it was too hard to make 10, but you already have 3 done, right? Well, that only took a second. Now, our next 2 are going to be a little bit bigger because they're going to be a little bit closer. So, I'm going to make those 2 circles bigger, right? And I'm going to put them about the same space apart, like they're flying together in a squadron. And I'm going to put that line through each of them and make that H. I'm using my pencil and I'm letting it be dark and create those silhouettes because these things are far away, and because they're far away, we can't see them as well. So just having a shadow on them is just fine. So we have some that are closer, some are in the middle. Let's make some more even farther away. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our next 5 we're going to have in the background even smaller. So I'm going to put 1, 2 little tiny dots. Tiny wings. So I have 2 up there. We'll put even smaller one back behind that. How small can you make your TIE fighters? I'm going to make another one back here. Itty bitty. And I'm going to make another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make the smallest one I can make. Itty bitty. Phew. So now we have a bunch of TIE fighters coming from far to come get BB-8. So how do we make him look like he's in motion a little bit? Now we're making these fun wobbly lines. We're going to put a couple by him. Kind of make it look like some motion coming off from the sides of him. So wherever he is, he's kicking up dirt. He's getting where he needs to go. I'll tell you what. I'm going to get rid of part of my horizon a little bit here. BB-8 is in the home stretch. He's about to be safe. He's being chased by the First Order back to his resistance base. We are going to put a post here. And this post will let us know that he is back to his base. We'll make some cool, we'll just use some ovals to create some cool space antenna. And look however you want it. You can put as many details or look. But that lets us know BB-8 just made it back to his base. And as soon as he got back by that antenna, First Order, the Resistance knew he was there, and they're coming out to make sure he gets in safely. Pretty cool, right? So, let's take our pen, and we'll ink it. I'm going to start by making my fun, weird space antenna thing, like beacon, home base, MacGuffer-Ruffer. We're going to make that really fun. So you can make really cool space stuff, right? Yeah, that sitting in the ground. Now let's get over back to BB-8. Start the outline of his head. When we ink, we have the ability to keep our lines. We're going to go nice and slow so we have our nice circle. But we can definitely get more fun and add more character to our final line as we add to it. I'm going to color in his whole eye except for a little tiny white dot. Give it a little bit of reflective lens. Then this eye, I'm just gonna put a little 2 rings around it. Going through detail lines. Some of these lines are going to be colored in orange. Now then we get to these shapes right here. Same thing, coloring them all in nicely. Inking those outlines. Coming up with cool panels and effects. Maybe your droid won't be BB-8. Maybe you won't color him with our normal orange, and maybe you'll create your own droid. Maybe your droid will have different colors, or different special arms. Maybe your droid won't be going towards the base. Maybe he'll be going away from the base. Maybe he'll be going to fight those TIE fighters. Maybe he can fly. I can't wait to see the stories you're going to tell. So there we go. We have our caverns and background caverns with a little bit lines on them. Make them a little bit more interesting. Then our TIE fighter friends in the back. Bigger guy. A little bit more details on his silhouette. A little bit more detail. So I started out with that H shape, but because I can see a little bit more, maybe I'll put a little bit more bulk where it might connect or have different cannon spots. Just a little something. Show a little bit more detail. BB-8 is on the run. He's coming there full speed. Let's add a little bit of color. BB-8 is a white droid, and these rings that are created around him are going to be colored orange. He's also going to have a couple orange bands on his head. Around the bottom going around. And on the middle here. Awesome. BB-8 has some gray parts as well inside of some of these shapes. I'm just going to use my pencil for those. And now, like I said, this whole area can be any color we want in the back. A little bit of brown to make them cool mountains. This brown here so that we can see he's kicking up that dirt, dust around. Pretty cool. By a little bit of different pressure under the bottom, gets a little bit more of a sense of shadow. And different tones of color adds a little bit more depth. Even if I want to put some on the back of my mountains, or create a shadow under my beacon, or in a BB-8. Awesome. Alright guys, There's so much more story you can tell here, and I can't wait to see the stories that you guys tell in that galaxy far, far away. But for me, I'm going to sign my work. That's what you do when you get done. Always sign your work. I hope you're proud of your work. I know I'm proud of the time that you guys put in to your awesome picture. Alright guys, all done. Man, I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. This was fun. And I can't wait to see the stories that you tell with BB-8 or whatever characters that you want to design. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.